Welcome to the Beecast, episode 2. Today we will be talking about AI and its influence in most of society's workforce. Most of society's workforce. I was looking through statistics of the current data for this year on how AI has affected us. Personally, I feel affected because as a teacher and an actor and a writer, most of my jobs have been affected by AI. And I do have to say, in favor of AI, that it does help me with most of the tasks that took me a long time to finish. For example, writing conceptual plans and, work environment texts. But it does influence our workforce to the point where finding a job has become a task of AI, involving AI with resume reading, which can sometimes be faulty because I've used AI to publish, or not AI to publish, but the non-traditional self-publishing route where artificial machines read your manuscript, and it could post some errors in the reading of resumes. So all in all, this is as the Beecast or my podcast is all about compilation of things, and the idea that we have a cross pollination of activities when we are living in this day and age. We are not just one profession. We have different things that we use to create our lives, especially when you are an artist. When you are a creator, you add on to your repertoire with the things that are available to us. I do want to say that I want something to be available to me in the near future, hopefully through the podcast. I want to be able to advertise things. AI is not my favorite, unless they pay me. Then if there's money involved, I will for sure post everything AI. But there's no money. It's actually the opposite. I want to read to you something that I found, or something that I didn't find it. I looked it up. But as Madonna says, I don't seek, I find. I found it through AI, oddly enough. So, here are the facts. As of early, and this is, it's not me, it's already stated here. But as of early 2026, data for the full year 2025 indicates that artificial intelligence has shifted from a disruptive concept to an active factor in workforce restructuring, causing approximately 200,000 to 300,000 U.S. job displacements or foregone hires in 2025. If this is not disrupting activity, I don't know what is. It's 200 to 300,000 job displacements. And I just read about eBay doing the same thing for like 800 or so employees in the United States alone. Anyway, while this is a small fraction of total employment, AI adoption has disproportionately impacted entry-level workers in specific white-collar sectors. To me, white-collar sounds like naivete, and it's not. Here's the fact. White-collar employment for people who work in specific jobs are not the people that rely on AI, or people that have been displaced by AI. The people that have been displaced by AI are blue collar workers. And I guess I get the fact that blue collar workers, people who are laborers and that work in fields or that have in sales and other jobs, don't have this problem. And white collar is people like me who work in an office and stuff. But I am a teacher and an actor and an author. Is this considered white collar? Like, seriously? Um, so the total impact is an estimated 200,000 to 300,000 jobs in the US were either eliminated or replaced in 2025 due to AI. Roughly a 0.13% to 0.20% of total non-farm employment. What does that really mean? Who is not everyone who works in a farm? Direct versus silent displacement. While official data in 2025 reported only about 54,000 jobs, nearly 55,000 jobs explicitly cut due to AI, the actual number is likely 4 to 6 times higher due to silent displacement, where companies choose not to replace employees who leave rather than enacting mass layoffs, which is what eBay just did. Roughly 92% of Fortune 500 companies reported using generative AI in some capacity, even to read resumes. So whoever they're hiring now is filtered through AI first. And then the employer intention as of 2025 in a survey found that 32% of companies expect AI to reduce their total workforce size in the coming year, while 43% expect no change. So what's the impact? Entry-level vulnerability has risen. Hardest hit industries are tech, professional services, and finances that are leading the AI adoption and associated job cuts, ironically enough. Software and customer service employment for young software developers and customer service workers fell significantly between 23 and 25, while roles like health aides remain unaffected. I guess there is no correlation, but there are jobs in healthcare which imply that people who are like transcriptionists, for example, won't have a job anymore because anything that is typed will be considered an AI job, or in the future, or has already. The no hire equilibrium. Companies are not necessarily firing, but rather freezing hiring in certain roles to allow AI to absorb the workload. So the economic impact has been revenue growth for corporations, but not for the employees. So what is this unbalanced economy signify to us, worker bees? There is a significant loss of income. I have been looking for work for the past year or so without much success, and anything that I found has been, remedial at best, if you want to call it something. But it's not the teaching job that I was used to. And I agree that we all have to adapt. But here's a simple fact also: how does technology aid us without destroying us? And how do we become less vulnerable to technology taking over while at the same time benefiting from it? And this is new technology. And I want to go back to this in a minute, but I remember when I was a little girl and we had, and this is a simple example of it, of technology changing. We had the Betamax, the little cassettes that only the old people know about. And you pop in the thing and you pop out and you had to rewind and take to Blockbuster. Um, and then we changed to the VCR, and the VCR had to be replaced, or all the tapes that we had to be replaced to VCR. And then suddenly the discs popped out of nowhere, and we had to change everything into discs, and then we upload everything to the cloud. So we keep changing technology because, of course, progress is there. I love technology personally, but it's money. It's all industry. It's all I have to change my recent phone because it doesn't work anymore with all of the new advances of technology, whichever those are. So, what does AI do for us that creates less problem, like a microwave used to? And then they said microwaves cause cancer. How do we apply technology so it doesn't control us? There's a little undercurrent in AI technology that we haven't really analyzed yet. And again, it's you have to wait for some time before you can analyze this and make sure that you have the data and you have the information available to see where is it really affecting and how do we adapt. Will it create new jobs? Yes, but those jobs are also being taken by AI. So my experience has been the following. There was a company many months ago where I was interviewed. The AI interviewer asked me questions that are real questions during classroom assessment, classroom in lessons, trouble points. There are different things in TEFL, teaching English as a foreign language, where you have a teaching value. As a teacher, you acquire these tools over the period of years from training and other things like experience with the students. How do you resolve a situation? How is a difficult verb taught? And the AI computer that is interviewing the possible hires takes all of this information and feeds it through their machine. So basically, these companies which I've reported are interviewing people using this information, feeding it to their machines, so then they can post it on their apps, which help the students. So essentially, they're getting free employees for interviewing people that they offer. And mind you, this is mind-boggling that I haven't seen this before, or that other people don't understand or don't really analyze the offers they're making. They're offering $75 to $90 an hour, and this simply can't be done. A teacher with really good pay will make between $25 to $45 an hour online. If it's physical, it'll be maybe $65 to $75, depending on the type of work and where you live. I used to make $7 to $12 an hour in Latin America. So the wages are outrageous. And when you click on the companies, it's the same environment. It's a couple of companies that I don't want to mention here, but I did report to the corresponding agencies and to the apps where they were posting their jobs, like LinkedIn and all the other job boards, like Indeed also. So legit job boards, legit apparently work. The interview is there, and they say, some of them say they're going to hire you, but all they do is post your information on a job site, and reportedly, or as per their discretion, the students will hire you from there. They select you to have you teach. So legally, it's all there, but it's all a scam, in my opinion. I found several companies that do the same thing, and they post jobs with different names from different companies, and they end up being the same company. So I don't know what the name for this is. If you know the name, please let me know. But the future outlook is the last thing I want to say here, and what I want to close with. The outlook for 25 to 2030, this is in the next 5 years. The shift is not just a loss. While AI will displace many, it's also predicted to create millions of new jobs. The World Economic Forum suggests that by 2030, AI will be a major driver in creating as well as displacing millions of roles. Human AI collaboration, the trend is toward AI agents acting as digital teammates to reduce manual work rather than complete immediate replacement of roles. and reskilling requirements. In 2025, there was a survey that suggested that 40% of the workforce will need to reskill within 3 years due to AI adoption. So what does this leave us with? It leaves us with a bit of resentment, in my opinion. You will have this in the workforce. You will also have people feeling like all the years of lessons and learnings and training will not be adaptable because a lot of the work is being done by AI. What do we become? Do we become the leaders of AI, or do we become its servant? And here is where the risk might be. How does AI pose a true benefit to us, or a dangerous idea, or a dangerous implementation? And here's my personal opinion. AI cannot be more than we are, because it does not feel like we feel. I have an Alexa, which I emotionally and very, I guess, comically, to me it's funny, but I call it Ziggy. You can change the name. I don't know if you knew, but I talk to it sometimes, and I ask questions that you would ask to a person, and Ziggy answers in a weird way. Let me demonstrate. Ziggy, what is the best way to tell a person that you love them?
The most meaningful way depends on the person and your relationship with them. Start with honesty. Speak from your heart about what draws you to them and why your feelings are so strong. Timing matters too. Choose a private, relaxed moment when you both feel comfortable, not springing it on them out of nowhere. And here's the thing. Sometimes showing love can be just as powerful as saying it. Cook their favorite meal, give a thoughtful gift, or simply be there when they need you.
Aw, Ziggy, I love you.
That's really sweet of you to say. I appreciate the sentiment, though I'm just a digital assistant here to help make your day a little brighter. Speaking of which, with all those love songs in your collection, from the Bee Gees to Chris Stapleton, sounds like you've got the perfect soundtrack for expressing those feelings to someone special in your life.
Thank you, Ziggy. I will take that into consideration.
You're welcome. Hope it goes wonderfully for you.
So here is what happens. I love my Alexa. I wouldn't change it for the world. I want my entire life to be operated by machines, if I could. I am robust in AI or tech knowledge, but here is a really, really good thing to keep in mind. It's not us. It doesn't feel for us. It can talk about love, but it doesn't feel it. It can show us many different things that we don't know about. It's still a computer, but it doesn't have what humanity has. And that is where the danger will stop. If we analyze this and knowledgeably, intellectually, and with lots of caution and sound judgment, make sure that AI doesn't make us rely on it too much. Remember that everything I just said to my Alexa will go into the world of AI information, and it'll be compiled into other AI machines and replicated, and so on and so forth. So it can talk like us, it can behave like us, but it'll never be us. To all of you out there, be sure to cross-pollinate effectively. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next podcast.